So happy Tuesday in the fantastic city of Rutland, Vermont. Mayor, thank you so much for helping to host this wonderful event to celebrate April as Organ Donation Month, to bring attention to organ donation and to encourage people to register as an organ and tissue donor, either when they go get their driver's license at the fantastic DMV in Vermont and or every state, every DMV in the country, and or online at registerme.org. My name is Matt Boger. I represent Donate Life Vermont. It is our job to help educate the population of Vermont regarding organ donation, to work with the state DMV to encourage people to say yes when they get their driver's license, ID, and or real ID. Mayor and Representative, thank you so much for being here to celebrate this wonderful event and to hear the stories of people personally touched by organ donation and the thankfulness they are of the individuals who donated. I want to make sure it is clear that organ donation is very, very, very rare. It does not happen often. In fact, you're more likely to need a transplant than to become an organ donor. Only 5% of all deaths happen in a manner where one can become an organ donor. I also want to make sure it is clear that anyone can register as an organ donor. This is not a healthcare decision. This is the opportunity that if I no longer need my organs, someone else in need could utilize them. Right now in the United States, there's over 108,000 people waiting for a life-saving transplant. Here in New England, there's over 6,000 individuals waiting for a life-saving organ transplant. In fact, the vast majority of those individuals are waiting for a kidney transplant. We are thankful for those who put the heart on their license. This heart means that you have a heart, you have humanity, and that you'd be willing, if you no longer need your organs, to give them to someone else to live a fantastic life. We're here today to hear from a fantastic Vermonter, one that inspires me each and every day, for him to share his story, to share his thanks, and to show what he has done with this wonderful gift, the gift of life. Frank, thanks so much for being here today.
Good morning. I can't tell you enough how important it is to be a donor and to receive a donation. I was laid in the hospital for quite some time, and I was back and forth. A year and a half I was on the transplant list. You have no idea what it's like not knowing if you're going to wake up every morning. When I got that call, it was like the biggest thing that ever happened to me. You can't even feel the amount of the expression that I felt. It's a sad thing. Death is a sad thing, but let your death not be unnoticed. Help other people live a productive life. I started out really young in the building business. I helped out the government years ago. I've always been skydiving, and when I got the heart, Janafia said I should be able to resume my normal life, which I have. We had the photograph of me jumping. That was 5,292nd jump. They were worried about me getting killed skydiving. Well, the idea is to do what you want to do, and with a new heart or new organ, you can resume life as it was before. You're not handicapped in any way. I'm living proof of that. I just finished a hotel renovation in Killington, 2.5-year project. That wouldn't have been possible without the heart. My life wouldn't be possible without the heart. So I can't tell you how important it is for everyone to be a donor. You never know, someday you may need one, and you're going to hope that somebody's out there willing to donate an organ to you. So if it comes down to that fact, sign up today.
Wonderful.
Wonderful.
Thank you, sir.
Terrific.
Keep staying right here. Frank is an amazing individual. I think it was 2 years ago that I ventured with him into a field and watched him jump out of a plane, which was both thrilling and anxiety feeling for myself. But Frank, you are an inspiration. And this poster that you've created of you, getting the heart in the hospital in need, actually more importantly, a donor here who gave life to someone else. After she passed away, the family decided to donate that heart to Frank and live on, and the transplant surgeon that did that And then above all of that is Frank after his transplant. This is one of many jumps after his transplant to have that. He is a wonderful example of what you can do. I'm not saying that everyone needs to jump out of a plane, but the possibility to do that with that humanitarian gift, the gift of life. There is no cost to organ donation. The state plays a significant role in that 95% of all people in Vermont who register as organ donors do so through the DMV. We thank the DMV each and every day for the wonderful work they do by presenting that voluntary question. Would you like to register as an organ and tissue donor? That is a voluntary choice. That being said, it is not a neutral choice. Both the state and federal government here in Vermont and in every state strongly supports an organ donation and provides it on a state document that's seen by the vast majority of the general public who want to get a driver's license, ID, and or real ID. That's why we want to thank the state. And Representative, thank you so much for being here to hear this movie-esque story of Frank and to understand that there are thousands of people there waiting. As Frank said, when you're in need, that call saying that there's an opportunity to save your life through that wonderful gift of someone who passed away is amazing. So, Representative, thank you for being here today. Appreciate it.
Well, first of all, thank you for having me. I am honored to be invited. The state of Vermont House of Representatives and Senate from Rutland County have put together a House resolution. This HCR 51 House Concurrent Resolution recognizes April 2021 as Organ Donation Month in Vermont. And as I said, it has been offered by the Rutland County State Representatives and the Rutland County Senators. And it reads, whereas New England Donor Services oversees 2 federally designated organ procurement organizations, the New England Organ Bank and Life Choice Donor Services, that manage organ and tissue donations throughout the region. And whereas in Vermont, the revised Uniform Anatomical Gift Act facilitates individual organ and tissue donations, with the Department of the Motor Vehicle serving a primary role in documenting these gifts of life, and the Department of Health maintaining a statewide donor registry. And whereas on April 27th, 2021, Organ Donation Month will be celebrated at a ceremony where we are to be held at Rutland City Hall. Now therefore be it resolved by the House of Representatives that the General Assembly recognizes April 2021 as Organ Donation Month in Vermont, and be it further resolved that the Secretary of State be directed to send a copy of this resolution to New England Donor Services, to the Vermont Commissioner of Motor Vehicles, and to the Vermont Commissioner of Health. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Representative. Very nice. Representative, thank you so much for that wonderful acknowledgement. I do want to acknowledge the wonderful governor of the state, Governor Phil Scott, who has been a wonderful supporter for organ donation and his wonderful leadership during this strange time, and Dr. Levine, the Commissioner of Department of Health, who's been a strong advocate and actually has run on our Donate Life team during a race in Burlington each year. Really committed individuals. Mayor, thank you so much for hosting this, and thank you for all that you've done during this trying year. This is not your first time supporting organ donation. We've been here before, and your commitments to showcase this and to provide the opportunity to learn about organ donation has been inspiring. Thank you so much for your leadership and your time today, sir. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. So good morning, everyone. It is an honor indeed and a pleasure to be back with you again for this wonderful event. Matt, thank you for offering up, coming down here to Rutland and presenting this really important message, I think, to our fellow Vermonters. And Frank, what an inspiring story it is to hear from you, and you're doing well, and we couldn't be happier about that. So thank you very much for everything you do. So the City of Rutland would like to offer a proclamation in honor of the event today. I presented to the New England Donor Services, and it reads as follows. Whereas there are more than 108,000 Americans with more than 6,000 in New England who are currently waiting for life-saving organ transplant, and whereas there are over 1 million life-enhancing tissue transplants each year that are made possible by the generous donation of corneas, bone, skin, or other tissue, and whereas we can all help to save someone's life and benefit up to 50 recipients by signing up to become an organ and tissue donor by enrolling in the Vermont Donor Registry when we apply for new or renew our driver's licenses, or by registering online. And whereas Vermont is a leader in donor designation rates and is dedicated to making it fast and easy to sign up to save a life through, again, our wonderful Department of Motor Vehicles. And whereas this observance pays tribute to organ and tissue donors and their families whose decision to donate life enables others to receive life-saving organ tissues for transplant. Now therefore I, David Allaire, Mayor of the City of Rutland, do proclaim April 2021 to be Donate Life Month and encourage all to get the heart on their license, ID or real ID, and register as an organ and tissue donor. And I urge all citizens of Rutland to take cognizance of this event and participate fittingly in its observance. So thank you very much. We appreciate you all coming and observing this wonderful event. Thank you, Matt.
Wonderful. Thank you, Mayor. Really
You're very welcome.
Say the last one. Mayor, thank you again, and Representative, thank you again, and thanking two people, Frank, for the wonderful things that you've done, and your donor for giving you that opportunity to do so. I encourage everyone to learn more about organ donation, to check the yes box. To get this heart on your license, join the hundreds of thousands of people in Vermont, the tens or hundreds of millions of people in New England and the United States who have this heart on their driver's license, in Hawaii and California, in Vermont, in Texas, in New Mexico. This shows that you care enough to help other individuals. Thank you again, and I want to appreciate the media being here. There's a phrase that if a tree falls in the forest doesn't make a sound, it does make a sound if there's someone to document that. So I appreciate all you guys being here to help share this story of the wonderful leadership and the stories of Frank. Thanks everyone, appreciate your time today. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.